Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. It's Thursday. It's 3 o'clock. Is it 3 o'clock, Michael?
It is.
It's Thursday. It's 3 o'clock.
It's actually not far off. 3 o'clock
I
on
know.
Thursday.
We're cutting this to the wire. It's Thursday. It's 3 o'clock, and it's time for a Matt-umentary with the man of the hour, Mr. He's got about 2.5 weeks till Blackpool until the entire world watches him die on his arse. Cluley, how you doing, Matt?
Is it really only 2.5 weeks to Blackpool?
It really is. It's only about 2.5 weeks. But Matt's taking this seriously. And I'll tell you why he's taking this seriously. He rang me yesterday, and he said, "What are you doing on the 6th of February?" And I said, "Why?" He's like, "I've booked myself in a cabaret." I'm like, "Oh, that's good." He's like, "Yeah, I to test. I've got a 10-minute spot."
15 minutes.
15
He's
minutes.
giving me 15 minutes.
I've got a 15-minute spot on stage at the Curious Cabaret in Nottingham, which is a fantastic cabaret venue, and they have amazing acts. I'm like, "Oh, brilliant! Who's on the bill? That's an amazing accomplishment that you've been booked to be there." And he's like, "Andy Gladwin and Danny Buckler." I'm like,
yeah.
You remember that old film? It's like Three Men and a Baby, and it was like Tom Selleck and then it's like Two Magicians and a Maybe.
Yeah.
Like it's.
I've got to open up for Andy Gladwin.
You're
and
opening?
Danny Buckler. Of course I'm fucking opening. I'm not going on after him.
Why aren't you closing the show? No. Why aren't you closing? This is the Matt from the Matt-umentary. Why are you not closing the show?
No. I've got 15 minutes to go on to warm the crowd up for Andy Gladwin and Danny Buckler.
See, that's not really fair, because obviously you're going to bring the crowd up to this level, and then Andy Gladwin's going to come.
Oh yeah,
and then,
totally. Yeah,
and Danny's going to come in, and they're going to
all
pale
go to
in
shit when Danny Buckler walks on stage.
Yeah, they're going to pale in comparison compared to you, bro.
I want to say thank you to Chris for giving me the opportunity to do it. Cheers, dude.
Yeah, and I would like to say to Chris, what the fuck are you thinking?
Seriously,
are you tapped
question.
in the head? This is a really good brand, the Curious Cabaret. Everybody knows about that cabaret. You have incredible reviews. Everybody loves it. Why? What? Why? Yeah. Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
I mean, he's got a good point.
It's like Top Gear relaunching and having like a couple of amazing presenters, and then somebody like Julian Clary. Like it's like, well, you don't really expect him to talk about cars. You know what I mean? He's got other skill sets that, different shows, but you wouldn't expect. Why are you on with him?
I don't know. And Chris asked me.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Let me. And obviously, I asked you to make sure that I'm going to come with you. The
more I think about it, the more this is a bad idea.
Well, I'm going to come with you, obviously, and I'm going to film the whole thing.
I'm going to be standing backstage with Andy Gladwin and Danny Buckler.
I haven't spoken to Nemid about this yet, but I think I'm going to get Nemid to come with me and we'll film it properly.
Oh, God. I need to check with Chris that it's okay to film.
You said you were going to. If it's not okay to film, I'm still going to film.
Okay.
Like, just to be clear, there's no way this isn't going on the fucking internet. Oh, it's like a car crash, isn't it? Like, you want to watch it back again and again. I feel like I'm responsible for making sure that, like, the entire world...
I don't even know what I'm going to do. I've got 15 minutes. What am I going to do in 15 minutes?
Do half of colour...
Half of psychology?
Yeah, half of psychology, I think, would probably be the plan. Come out and go, "Hi, my name's Matt." And do some tricks. Don't be shit.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. So come out, say, "Hi, my name's Matt," do some tricks and don't be shit. Yeah. That's the best running order I've ever... Thanks so much for all your help.
No problem. You're more than welcome. It's going to be brilliant.
I need to call Drew.
Yeah, you really do. No, don't worry, I'll help you. It'll be fine. What can possibly go wrong? Other than, like, dying on your ass and have everyone laughing at you.
Well, no, it's fine. I'm so happy that I'm on before them, because there's no way I'd walk on a stage after either of those two. Yeah. Yeah. And it's only 15 minutes.
Isn't it ironic that Andy Gladwin runs Vanishing Ink and you're going to make the audience vanish?
Hopefully I can't. Hopefully I'm not going to make the audience vanish in 15 minutes. Surely to God they can put up with it for that long. and then the professionals can come on and have a go. But I mean, to be fair, it's going to make them look even better than they already are. Yeah,
it's kind of like in high school when you've got those kind of so-so looking guys that hang out with the really ugly guys. Not that I've got any experience of any of this. To make themselves look better. It's kind of like that sort of thing.
This is it. It was just setting the bar.
That's how it was. It was like Chris was like chatting to Andy and Danny, and they were like, got this cabaret coming up. We need to look good. Like, we need to look fucking
set
good.
the bar
How
really,
can we
really low.
look really good? And what we need to do is we need to find somebody really shit that would be really happy to come along and open the show, and then the audience are just going to have their expectations so far down in the fucking toilet that when we come on, even if we're having a bad day, we're going to look like the love child of David Copperfield and fucking Lance Burton. And Andy's going to go, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Who could that possibly be? And then in the distance, like somebody's watching Magic TV. Fuck knows why with those three around, I don't know. But somebody's watching Magic TV and they hear the word Matt. And then all of a sudden they're like, I fucking got it. And then you got the phone call. That's exactly how it went. I know these things.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
In all seriousness, I'm very proud of you.
Thanks, man.
You're going to be brilliant.
No, I'm not.
No, you are.
No, I'm not.
No, you're going to be brilliant.
It's in a few days.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. And before that, obviously, you're going to be making sure that you've got everything together, and obviously, you're going to have an act that you'll do that runs exactly 15 minutes. So it's going to be fine. You're going to be great.
No.
You've had more stage experience than a lot of magicians now, with all the stuff you've been doing with Slightly Unusual and everything.
I had more stage experience than most magicians.
No, I'm talking about stage. Yeah, but I'm talking about stage experience doing magic, because there's a world of difference between walking out on stage and going la 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 la, and
I've
coming
never
out.
walked out on stage and done that.
Haven't you?
No,
You've done musical theatre.
that's not musical theatre.
Yes, it was.
Whatever you just did is not musical theatre.
It was musical theatre. La 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 la.
What are we doing today? I was supposed to go on lunch 20 minutes ago.
Evoke.
Right.
This is the bear pit.
I've already seen it.
I know you have. This is what you're going to do in the bear pit.
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
Just this.
Yeah, I'm aware.
You're going to rock up in the bear pit. Now, you've never done this. You've watched me do this enough times. And I know that you understand the principles because we've talked about it. Don't need that. I know you understand the principles behind this, right?
Yeah.
But you're going to actually learn this. I think in the bear pit, you're going to do an 8.5 minute routine, all based around Evoke. Because genuinely, I think that your key skill. I said this last week, so I'm not going to really reiterate myself. But making you do balloon swallows, making you do cups and balls, that's the wrong thing. I shouldn't have made you do that because you're a mentalist. At heart, you want to be a mentalist. So I think that we need to lean into that. But we need to keep away from the Stebbins stuff because honestly. So just honestly. Although I've got an amazing Gordon Beam trick that a friend showed me with a Stebbins deck that's absolutely amazing. That I will show you later on. That's brilliant. But by the by, so I think that we need to lean into doing something a little bit different. And I think that your key strengths are definitely not sleight of hand. If you made a list of pros and cons with Matt, the cons, the things that you're good at, are storytelling.
I think you'll find the good things are pros.
Sorry, pros. Thank you. Yeah. It's ironic because you're certainly not a pro.
Depends on your definition of pro. You get paid.
Yeah, okay. So I think that the pros, the things that you're really good at, are your storytelling.
Yeah.
Stage presence, carrying yourself on stage, looking like you're meant to be there when reality you haven't got a fucking clue.
Yeah. I've been doing that for years.
Yeah. Also, that special brand of bullshit that you carry off so well.
Yeah.
And making people believe that you can really read their facial language when really you're just vibrating a die in your sock.
Yep.
And all of that, and I think that this is something that you could do way better than me. I think that you could do this, and just within a couple of hours of learning it, you could do it way better than me. So we're going to try. So what we're going to do is we'll keep it really easy, but we're going to kind of like take it up a level next week. But what I want to do is I want you to learn this. I'm going to give you half an hour to learn it. I mean, you already kind of know a lot of it. You know about the alphabetical stack. You know that,
how it
exactly.
Works, but...
So I want you to learn it, and I want you to put together like a 5 or a 6 minute performance. It doesn't have to be what you're eventually going to do in the bear pit, but once you put a 5 or 6 minute performance together, using these cards, and I'm going to send Jack in half an hour, and I want you to perform to Jack. I want you to perform to Jack. So you got half an hour to put. You know a lot of the stuff. You've seen a lot of the stuff that this can do. I know there's certain routines that you gravitate to. I know you like Pete's Out of This World. I know you like the marking system, and
love that.
I know you like the marking system. I know you like a lot of the stuff that Ian Rowland talked about. So I know there's a lot of stuff that you really like in there. I know that Ian touched you in a good way. And what I mean by that is his what he said touched you. He didn't visit. What I mean is that make it.
He can touch me if he wants.
His thing about making magic memorable is something that you kind of really kind of went in with.
I'm already getting rebookings.
What?
I've been doing magic about 12 months.
Yeah.
I was doing my first gigs last Christmas.
Yes.
People are ringing up and emailing in this year asking for me again. I'm getting rebookings.
Can I tell you something that happened?
How good's that?
Can I tell you something that happened today?
People have called up and specifically asked for me. Because I went last year.
We have profiles all over the place. And
that's good, right?
Shut up.
It's really good.
Yes. We work with a really big entertainment company. I'm not going to say the name of them, but we supply a lot of magic to a really big entertainment company. Agency. And there's a few profiles on there. We've just added your profile a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
My profile's on there. There's a profile of the Illusion Act. There's a few different profiles.
A few other guys.
And you know what happened this morning? They put in an inquiry for a close-up gig for him. I'm free on that
Not
day.
him.
I'm free on that day. To be clear, they looked at Fuck Knuckle and they looked at me. They watched the show reels and they chose Fuck Knuckle. I can't tell you.
This happened like 4 hours ago and he's still fuming.
Fucking pissed off about that. Pissed off. Doesn't even begin. Doesn't even fucking begin.
And there's been 3 gigs that have gone in onto the diary over the last couple of weeks that have all been must-be Matts because from that same agency, people have selected me.
And what do you think of that?
I think it's
It doesn't matter what you think of that!
I think it's fucking
No,
great.
you roll and shut your mouth. Just know you roll. Shut your mouth.
I think it's great.
So, you got half an hour to put an act together, and you got half an hour to show it to Jack, and then I'm going to give you my opinion on it. Okay?
They're not in order.
I know they're not. Oh, that's the other thing. I'd start with them in stack, and then I'd move them out of stack partway through the routine. That's all the help I'm giving you. So, with that in mind, we're now going to watch Matt learning how to do Evoke.
Wait, hold on. They're going to watch me learning?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to get the camera on. Well,
that's not going to be very interesting.
I'm going to go out.
It's just going to be me sitting here looking at the backs of some cards.
No, what we'll do is, because it's a trick about motivational posters, we'll have Michael find some motivational music. Like it's the training scene from Rocky. You know, like when it's the training scene from Rocky and he's running up the stairs and he's like, "Yo, Adrian!" And he's like lifting shit in a junkyard. It's going to be the equivalent of that, but you're going to be looking at fucking cards. But it's going to be so inspiring. It's like, anxiety, boredom, confidence, depressed, ecstatic. It's going to be amazing.
That's not what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be sitting there going, I'm going to be doing that,
right,
and then looking to see if I've read it correctly.
Michael,
and then that, and looking to. That's all I'm going to be doing.
Michael, can you do me a favour? Can you please find some motivational music and make it look very exciting? Montages it together into the most exciting montage since Rocky.
Yeah, man.
Why are you sitting there grinning at me?
I'm happy. You're not happy?
Why do you smile at me like that?
What's the matter?
You're just sitting there going,
Yeah.
like no context.
Happy. I'm happy to be here with you, Jack.
That's a change. You hate me anyway, though.
No, I
don't. I never hate you. I'm happy that you're here.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Talking about emotions. That's a smeared segue.
So smooth.
That works so much better in my head.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Christ.
Why am I here?
All right, I want to show you something, Jack.
Okay.
And it involves these.
Right.
I don't. You've probably seen these before.
There's like 1,000 bloody tricks I see everywhere.
There is
I don't
1,000
know
tricks you
anymore.
see every week here. But this, yeah. So this isn't really a trick, but I know you've seen them knocking around the office.
Right.
So this is their motivational cards. You know when me, Craig, and Roy went to LA for his America's Got Talent thing? Well, they've got loads of little boutique shops and stuff there. And I was mooching around one of the boutique shops, and it's got these, like, their inspirational motivation cards.
Oh.
You know the posters we've got down in the staff room? It's all the motivational posters that are all around. They're basically those in card form. So they've all got, like, a different emotion on them, basically.
Right.
So that one's like patience, obviously, like
I think Craig could look at that
Craig's
one, really.
biggest trait that he has loads of is patience. There's kindness, there's grateful, you get the idea.
Yep.
Depressed. So some of them are good, some of them are bad.
Yeah. Positive and negative, like.
Positive and negative, exactly that. So we've got positive and negative emotions, and they're all on these cards, and there's little phrases and stuff on each one of them that are supposed to help you, motivate you in various different ways.
Okay.
But we've been playing around with an idea that the emotions that these cards evoke, the emotions that these cards bring out in people, are a way of reading people. You can use the emotions in someone to read them and hopefully read the emotions that come out of them is the plan. Do you want me to show you what I mean?
I am curious.
Okay, cool. So what I need you to do is take the cards, cut the deck, complete the cut, and then just take the card on the top.
Okay.
And don't obviously show me what it is.
Good. Good.
Take the card on the top. Just have a look at it.
Okay.
So what I need you to do is think of an emotion. Think of that emotion and a memory where you can relate that emotion to.
Okay.
Have you got one?
I got one.
Okay, so the emotion that you're thinking of, I need you to picture the memory that goes with that, and just picture what you were doing, and, you know, were you on your own?
I was.
You were on your own doing this thing.
Yep.
I'm just trying to figure out if so you've got a little smile and stuff, so that would insinuate that it's a positive emotion.
It was positive.
Positive emotion. Okay, this is good. So it's working. So it's a positive emotion that you were on your own. Is this clean, Jack?
Yeah, I can promise you it's clean. Until you made it not clean by saying that.
I'm just checking. It's a family show. Okay, so it's a positive emotion, and it's something that. So does it make you happy?
It definitely made me happy.
It made you happy, the memory that you've got.
Yeah.
But happy's not the emotion on the card.
Nope.
Does it make you feel kind of like a bit pumped up, like a bit excited, like you've got like a zest for life, kind of. It's zest, isn't it?
It is zest.
It's zest. Let's have a look. Amazing. I'm not going to ask you what the emotion was because I'm guessing that's personal. But the memory.
You know what the emotion was? It's right there.
I'm not going to ask you what the memory was because that's personal. But we'll go with zest. That's pretty cool, though, right?
Yeah.
Should we try it again?
Yeah, go on.
Do it again. Cut it again.
Okay. 1 card, 2 cards. The top one.
So that one. Have a look at it. Same thing again. Just have a look at the emotion and then think of a memory that relates to that emotion.
Yep.
Have you got a memory?
I do.
Oh, your face instantly changed. So I would guess that this is a negative emotion.
It is a negative emotion.
You just read it on your face straight away. Did you see that? How his face just changed straight away. Like everything, all your features and everything changed. So
Yeah.
this is a negative emotion.
It is.
Okay, are you still okay to carry on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I just want you to think of that emotion. Think of that negative emotion and what was happening at the time. It's something that looks like something. Is it something that made you feel uncomfortable? You weren't. Was it something that you? Is it something that you were doing for the first time?
That's one of them, yeah.
Oh, you've got multiple memories
that
for
relate,
this.
That relate to the same thing.
Oh, that relate to the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you was something that you'd done for the first time, and you were a bit dubious about it. You weren't sure. You were nervous.
I was?
Was it nervous? Is that the?
Yeah.
Amazing. Nervous. Fantastic. Your face reads very, very well, Jack.
So I feel every time I come here, I'm nervous.
Yeah, same, dude. Same. You get used to it, though. Trust me. Okay, one more.
I've been here 4 years, I'm still not used to it.
One more.
Cut again.
Cut again. Complete the cut. Take the card. And this is fair, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Perfect. So what I need you to do now is, you see the quotes that are on the bottom?
Yeah.
Have a look at that quote. Read the quote over a couple of times.
In my head.
In your head, don't read it out loud. Read it to yourself a couple of times. And then just pick any long word. Like one that's, make it difficult for me. So one that's got like more than 5 letters in it. Just like a big word off the card.
Okay.
You got one?
Yep.
Okay, so that word, can you relate that word to the emotion that's on the card at all?
Definitely.
You can?
Yep.
Okay, so we'll have a think about that emotion as well. So if you can relate the word that you're looking at to a memory that also relates to that emotion, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I just want you to picture the memory of what was going on.
Okay.
It's another negative one, right?
It is a negative one.
Oh, this isn't like nervous like last time. This is quite a strong emotion. Right?
Yeah.
Is it something that you've felt a lot through your life?
Definitely.
It's a bad one. I can feel it, like it hurts.
Yeah.
Like emotionally, like it's a tough one to deal with.
Yeah, it is.
Is it anxiety?
It is?
And the word that you're looking at, it's quite a long word.
It is.
And it relates directly to the emotion.
Yeah.
Literally relates to is it yourself?
It is.
So the word's yourself and the emotion's anxiety.
Yeah. How do you know that?
Absolutely no idea, dude. You're just giving this off really, really well. Tell you what we'll do, we'll try one more thing.
I'm trying to poker face, man.
Show you poker face better. What I want to do is pick a couple of these emotions that are the exact opposites from each other.
Right.
And then we will... I want to try and find a couple that are opposite. Why are you here? Oh, there's one. Hey, oh, so what's the opposite of hate?
Love.
Love, exactly. So we've got hate and we've got love. Would you agree that they are very opposite cards? About as opposite emotionally as you can possibly get.
I can't say any bit different.
Exactly. Okay, perfect. So what I need you to do, I'm going to get you to do this actually.
Me?
Yeah, I was going to do this and have you guide me, but I think you could do this yourself.
Do what?
Yeah, you can do this yourself. Okay, cool. So what I need you to do is have that deck of cards there.
Yeah.
Feel for the card that's on the top. I want you to try and pull the emotion from that card. So you're going to be able to feel whether that card is positive or negative.
Right.
You've got a good feeling for this. You were giving off good energy. So you're going to be able to feel whether the card is positive or negative. Okay? And if you feel it's a positive card, I want you to put it down here next to the positive cards.
Face down.
Face down.
Right.
If you feel it's a negative card, negative emotion, I want you to put it here.
Okay.
What do you feel about that top one? Do you feel like that's positive or negative? Don't tell me, just put it down.
Okay.
You feel like that's negative?
Yeah.
Okay. What about the next one?
Feels negative again.
Don't tell me, just put it down. You're doing good, man.
I don't know what I'm doing.
You're just feeling it. This is it. It's all about feel. You're going to get about halfway down. When you get about halfway down the cards, you're going to get something inside your head that's going to tell you to stop. Okay? So when you get that feeling, I want you to stop dealing.
Right.
But just keep going until you get that get that sense. that it's time. You're doing. You're actually feeling these? You're feeling that they're positive and negative? You're getting something coming through? It's giving you the feel. Perfect.
Okay.
You think that's about halfway?
Give or take, yeah.
Okay, cool. So you were putting positive ones over here and negative ones over here.
That I felt.
That you felt. So now we're having that break in the middle.
Yeah.
This is when it's told you to stop. So what I want you to do is reverse it now. So I want you to put the negative ones here and the positive ones over here. Just keep going.
Okay.
You're really feeling that, aren't you?
This is weird.
It's bizarre, isn't it? I've done this. This is why I was going to do it myself. I've done it myself a couple of times. You can actually feel the energy coming from the cards. It's really strange.
I've got a freaking song in my head now.
You like your tongue came out and everything. Then you were proper concentrating.
Feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my toes.
Don't put your feet on my cards, but you can put your fingers on my cards. No problem.
How would I get what? How would I get my feet on there?
I don't know. You were singing the song. What kind of thing are you feeling when it's positive and negative?
So negative, I feel like distress.
Okay.
Positive, I feel like joy.
Okay, that's cool. Keep going with the feelings. Are you getting like a physical thing through your fingers, or is it an emotional thing?
It's an emotional thing.
Emotional thing. Okay, cool. That's good. It means you're really receptive to this kind of stuff. You're doing really well, man. Boom. You happy?
I think so.
Cool. How do you think you did, like, numbers-wise? Because there was 26 cards. So with these two, there's 24. So how do you reckon you did, like, evenness? Do you think it was...
Probably one slightly down.
Should we have a look? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Absolutely bang on.
What?
Bang on half.
That as well?
Well, yeah, because if there's 12 there, there's 12 there, which is 24. There was 26 cards in total, minus those two, 12 on each side. So you got it absolutely bang on.
That's weird.
Tell you what's also weird. You know, you put all these cards down here for the positive emotions.
Yeah.
And you were feeling for them.
What the hell?
All of these are positive emotions. Every single one that you felt is a positive emotion. And then you stopped about halfway, right?
Yeah.
When you stopped, you then changed to all negative emotions.
What?
Same with this side. You started off with all negative emotions. You got halfway down and you changed to all positive. Which means you yourself have got the ability to completely separate any positive and negative emotions. And then from now going forward, you can just concentrate on the positive things that are happening in your life.
What?
You smashed it.
That's weird. It's good. That's weird. Another thing.
It's cool, huh?
It's really good. I got nothing. That was really good.
Thanks, man.
There you go. Didn't know you could pull it off in half an hour, but you did. Very impressive. You want some constructive feedback? In all seriousness, I know we've been messing around this episode, but do you want some serious constructive criticism? From the person that created this. What I would suggest, and it was exceptional, and like I say, genuinely, you'll be able to do this way better than me. But the one thing that I would say, obviously I don't think these are in stack, but the one thing that I would say is, so the order of the routine, you started off by having him cut the cards, look at a thing, remember it, and you told them the emotion, yeah? Mm-hmm. Then you repeated that again.
Yeah.
And then you did the mother of all book tests and you finished off with Turner's Out of This World, right?
Yeah.
The one thing that I'd say from a routining point of view is each time, each phase, it has to build. And it has to become more impossible or more personal in this case. Now, I like what you did in that you went from telling them the emotion to telling them the word to going into the Out of This World, which is a great finale. But I really think that second phase, you should do something slightly different to make that second phase build, because in essence, you're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So what I suggest that you do, so the first time you had them cut the thing, and you looked away, which was good, and you looked at the thing, and you obviously looked it back and told them what it was. Brilliant, yeah? The second time, to make it build, what I would suggest is say, this time we're going to try something different. So the first time, you picked an emotion at random, and I asked you to attach a memory to that emotion. This time, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to think of a memory. You don't have to tell me what that memory is, but think of a memory. Now what I'd like you to do is find an emotion that fits that memory. So now they spread through the cards like this, and you're looking away, and you say, when you've got that emotion, just cut the card so you can look at that and then take it and put it away in the pocket. Wonderful. We'll put these down here, and obviously you see there, indecision. So you know that that's going to be indecision. Mm-hmm. So the second time it becomes more impressive, because the first time they randomly picked an emotion randomly and you told them what the emotion was by attaching it to a memory. The second time they're freely picking an emotion that's been attached to a memory that they're thinking of. And what you could do if you wanted to, and you don't have to do this, but if you wanted to add even more punch to that, you could say this, you could have them write down one word that sums up that memory. So, and you could use a peak wallet. So for the second time, you could say, look, here's what I want you to do. The first time I asked you to pick up an emotion at random, and I asked you to attach it to a memory. This time I want you to think of a memory that you can describe in one word. Can you do that for me? Great. Now what I want you to do is write on this billet the word that you would use to describe that memory, and then put it away. Use whatever, I know you've got multiple different ways of getting a peak, haven't you? You've got like multiple words. Use whatever method that you want to get that peak, so you know what the word is. And then you say, now what I'd like you to, but you don't look at the peak straight away, you just put the word away in the wallet or whatever it is that you're using, and you say, brilliant. Now what I want you to do is I want you to look through the faces of the posters and find an emotion that you feel describes, that you felt when you think of that memory. So they and then when you've got it, cut it to the face. So they then do that, and that's what I did to that woman on the trailer that was crying. She had in a memory. She was, I don't know if you know this. I don't know if I told you. The woman that was crying on the trailer.
Yeah.
She works in the circus, and she's a trapeze artist, and her sister are trapeze artists, and she comes from a circus family.
Wow.
And her memory was, as a young child, she was too nervous to get on the high wire. And her sister and all of her brothers were doing it, and she was just constantly upset because she was nervous. And she eventually broke those nerves, but when she went through and she got the memory, she got nervous because it was nervous. It was such a terrible time in her life, and that made her remember it, and so on and so forth. So it becomes a more powerful second phase. So now you go, have you got that? And they go, yeah. And you put this away, and you can see what it is there. You can see nervous, boom. And so now you've got the emotion, but now you can put the wallet away. You've got time misdirection to put the wallet away, and you've got the things. And now you can say, well, now you can attach the emotion to the word. You've got a memory, a word that describes that, a memory, and it might be school, for example. So might have you wrote the word school, and you've got the memory, and you know in this case the memory is nervous. So you could say, this isn't the most positive memory in the world. This is something that, and I actually think of any memory, but this is something that happened when you were a lot younger. This is something that happened when you were really young, like when you were, this is something that when you were a child, you're at school, right? And this is something that happened that really upset you, but the word's not upset. The word you were thinking of is nervous, because you were nervous, and the word you wrote down is school, because you were nervous about something, blah, 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 blah. And this is what Ian talks about on his section. I know you haven't got around to watching Ian's section yet.
Not all of it yet, no.
But you will do. But the point I'm trying to make is, that then becomes more powerful second phase. In essence, even without writing that down and putting it into the peak wallet, that second phase is more powerful, because there's a big world of difference between them picking something at random. It's the equivalent of a card trick. If you said to someone, pick a card, and you told them what the card is, and then you said, think of a card, and you told them what the card is they're thinking of, it's more impressive. It's the same with this. Even without having them write that memory down in a peak wallet, just having the first phase saying, pick an emotion, blah, 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 and the second one, you just go through and think of one, any one. And it doesn't, they don't think that you've controlled anything because of how Evoke works with the stack and the markings. They can literally just take it and put it away. Your back can be turned the whole time, and you've got that. So it becomes a more powerful second phase, even though in essence you're doing exactly the same thing as the first phase. You're telling them an emotion that they've selected, but the selection process makes it more powerful. Does that make sense? So I would really think about that second phase, and maybe even add the peak wallet. The only other thing that I'd say is, and I learnt this from working with Evoke over the last year, really be careful when you're kind of having people think of negative emotions and negative memories, because it really can affect people. Kind of be really careful. I think you're okay most of the time, but you want to tread lightly with that sort of stuff. There's a couple of ways around it. The first way is, hey, there's negative emotions and there's positive emotions in here. I want you to think of a memory, but make it a positive memory. And what I want you to do is I want you to go through and find an emotion that you feel sums up that memory. You don't have to tell me what the memory is, but I'd like you to find an emotion and then cut it to the face. That way you're focusing on a positive memory, and it's not going to be something that's going to affect them. Tread lightly is all I'm saying. That's something I've learned. That's the only advice I can give you on that. Was that helpful?
Cool. Yeah, man.
Outside of that, it was actually really good. Outside of that, the performance was really good. I think if Pete Turner was watching this, I think he'd be very proud of your performance of his.
Pete Turner's not going to watch this.
You've said that about many people, including Luca Volpe, who then shared it the week later.
Yeah, that's true.
I think he might. But whether he does or not, I think if he did watch it, he'd be very proud of what he just saw, because I thought that you did a great job. And I think how long did it go for? Probably 6 minutes or something like that?
No idea.
However long it went for, I think it was 5 or 6 minutes. It was great. We need to flesh it out a bit and add a little bit of stuff. But I'd like to see you think about that second phase, and I'd like to see you put a finale to it. If you want to use the Out of This World for the finale, that's fine.
I love that.
But I think...
like Pete's idea, though.
Yeah, so maybe work on that. I'd like to see that for next week. So I'm going to give you a week.
Have you got one? Very well with it.
Yeah, I can give you one today. I know exactly where it is as well. So what I want you to do is put that whole bear patat together for next week. I'll happily help you through the week if you want me to. That's not a problem. But put that. If you want to use Pete's suggestion, if you want to give Pete a call, he said you can call him anytime.
Yeah.
I'll give you a JOL wallet. If you want to speak to me about it, that's fine. But I want you to put an 8.5 minute act together. There was a good 6 minutes there. You need either another routine in the middle, and let's be honest, there's 9 hours of stuff for you to pick off. I love the poem routine that Ian shares. That would be a good thing, and I think that would really fit in with you as well, because the whole thing is based on influence, and it's like, hey,
at the bear pit, do you have to do the same 8.5 minute act for every single one, or can you change it up?
I think it's an unwritten rule that you do the same 8.5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think anybody... It's not like... The bear pit's fucking chaos. It's not like anybody's running around with a clipboard checking on you. I don't see it, but I mean...
There's no prize money or anything involved, is there?
No.
No. Nobody's even declared a winner.
No, it's not.
It's
that
literally
sort of
you
thing.
just have to make it out alive.
Yeah, that's basically the thing. I think the reason why people do the same act is because, they've rehearsed that act. They don't want to deviate from it.
It's the same. Is it the same act if you're using just one prop?
What do you mean?
Like if
yeah, I see what you mean. So you want to vary it up?
Not necessarily. But
no, I'm not. I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
didn't know if I had the option.
You have the option. You can do whatever you want to do, because there's nobody following you around with a clipboard.
I don't want to get booted out of Blackpool by Ross Stevens.
You're not going to get booted out of Blackpool with Ross Stevens, although he's quite a scary man. I would say, yeah, by all means. Whatever. I don't see a problem. Let's be honest. I think it's quite brave rocking up to the bear pit with nothing but 26.
Well, you say
cards.
Brave. This was your idea.
Yeah, because I think that
now you tell me it's brave.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, but look at William's act, for example. Look at how much crap he's carrying around with him. He's got like everything, and you have 26
fucking gimmicked motivational cards.
Yeah, but you know what? You'll kill it. So, for next week...
Or myself.
For next week, I'm going to get a little audience together, a little parlour show audience in here. I'm just going to get a few people. I'm going to get everyone in from the office, and I'm going to get you to do your bear pit.
There's no way in fucking hell Sarah is going to let you drag everybody out of there that are working to bring them in here so we can show them magic. That is not happening. There's no way.
I'll figure something out.
Everybody has lunch breaks at different times.
I've got an idea. What's happening on Saturday?
I'm not doing it on Saturday.
No, not on stage, but during the day. Some of the entertainers sitting around.
How have I got time to do that before Saturday?
You'll find time. There you
I
go.
won't find time. There
you
is
will.
no time.
Yes, there is. It's called Friday. So,
Are we going to the car boot on Sunday?
probably. So, yes. Yes.
We are.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we will. We definitely will. Either way.
see Chris Colgrove?
Yeah, I was speaking to Chris the other day. Look, this is deteriorating into bullshit.
When is it not?
Well, yeah,
Exactly.
it's like working with Ryland. I did a review show. I did a review show with Ryland this morning, and it was just mental.
Well,
Mental.
who have you got to blame for that?
Just mental. It was
Yeah.
completely off the rails.
Whose fault's that?
Yours?
How is it my fault?
It's the thing. If in doubt, blame Matt.
I think you'll find it's your fault. It's your child.
Yeah. It's just very outspoken. Children should be seen and not heard.
So should bosses.
And on that note, we'll see you again next
See you on
Thursday.
Sunday at the car boot.
See you on Sunday at the car boot. Bye, everyone.